On a distant planet called Zarnax, a small village thrived under the bright pink sky. The village was filled with colorful flowers, towering trees, and strange creatures. Lyra, a young alien girl with bright green skin and big purple eyes, lived there. She was known for her kindness and her love for nature. Lyra could speak to the plants and animals, and they always seemed to understand her. One sunny day, Lyra played with her friends near the glowing river. They laughed and splashed water at each other. The flowers danced in the breeze, and the trees swayed gently. Everything seemed perfect in their peaceful world. But suddenly, dark clouds filled the sky, and a loud roar shook the ground. The children stopped playing and looked up. A huge spaceship appeared above them. Its metal surface shone ominously in the sunlight. Panic spread through the village as the spaceship landed with a loud thud. From the ship, fearsome invaders stepped out. They were tall, with rough skin and sharp claws. Their eyes glowed red, and they carried strange weapons that hummed with energy. Lyra's heart raced as she realized the danger they were in. The invaders shouted orders to each other, and Lyra's village was thrown into chaos. The villagers, once full of joy, now ran in every direction, searching for safety. Mothers grabbed their children, and fathers yelled for everyone to hide. Lyra stood frozen, watching as her beautiful village was torn apart. The invaders began to destroy homes. They fired their weapons, and beams of light shot out, causing buildings to crumble. Lyra felt a knot in her stomach as she saw her friends' houses burning. The flowers and trees that she loved so much were also getting hurt. The beauty of Zarnax was fading right before her eyes. Lyra knew she had to do something. She glanced at her friends, who were running towards the forest. "We can't leave! We have to help!" she shouted, but her voice was drowned out by the sounds of destruction. She felt small and helpless, unable to save her village. As the invaders continued their attack, Lyra ran to the center of the village. She remembered her grandmother telling stories of an ancient device that could send messages across the stars. It was hidden in a cave near the glowing river. With determination in her heart, she dashed towards the cave, hoping to find it. The path to the cave was blocked by fallen trees and debris. Lyra climbed over the wreckage, her heart pounding with every step. She could hear the chaos behind her, the screams of her fellow villagers, and the laughter of the invaders. The fear of losing everything pushed her forward. Finally, she reached the cave. The entrance was dark and narrow, but Lyra squeezed inside. She could see the faint glow of the ancient device at the back of the cave. Dust and cobwebs covered it, but it was still there. Lyra felt a surge of hope as she approached it. With trembling hands, she brushed off the dust and examined the device. It had buttons of different colors and strange symbols. She remembered her grandmother's words, "Only a pure heart can activate it." Lyra took a deep breath and closed her eyes, focusing on her love for her village and her desire to help. As she pressed the buttons in a specific order, the device began to hum softly. Lyra opened her eyes in surprise. Lights flashed and a beam shot out into the sky. It was a signal, a cry for help that could reach other worlds. Lyra stood up, filled with hope. She knew she had done all she could. Now she could only wait and pray that someone out there would hear her call and come to their aid. With the village in danger and her friends in hiding, Lyra felt a small spark of courage ignite within her. She would not give up on her home. Back on Earth, far from the troubles of Zarnax, a team of elite soldiers gathered in a high-tech control room. Commander Jack, a strong and wise leader, stood in front of a large screen displaying star maps and blinking lights. He was known for his bravery and quick thinking. His team included 4 skilled soldiers: Maya, the sharpshooter, Leo, the tech expert, and Sam, the tough fighter. They had faced many challenges together, but nothing like this. Suddenly, an alarm rang out, breaking the calm atmosphere. Leo rushed to his console, his fingers flying over the keyboard. "Commander! We've received a strange signal from deep space. It's coming from an unknown planet." His voice was filled with excitement and urgency. "Put it on the screen!" Commander Jack ordered. The room fell silent as everyone focused on the screen. A fuzzy image appeared, along with a series of beeping sounds. It was the distress signal sent by Lyra, filled with fear and desperation. "Can you clean it up?" Jack asked, hoping to get a clearer picture. Leo worked quickly, adjusting the controls. As the signal became clearer, they could hear Lyra's voice. "Help! Please help us! We are under attack. The invaders are destroying our village." Her words echoed with pain. Maya frowned, her heart aching for the girl. This sounds serious. We can't ignore it. We have to go help her! Jack nodded, his face serious. Prepare the ship for launch. We'll head to this planet and see what we can do. The team sprang into action, gathering their gear and checking their weapons. Excitement mixed with fear as they realized the mission ahead. While they prepared, Jack felt a deep sense of responsibility. He knew that if they didn't act quickly, the girl and her village could be lost forever. We must be ready for anything. This could be dangerous, he reminded his team. As they boarded their spaceship, the team shared determined looks. They were not just going to save one girl, they were going to fight for an entire village. The ship roared to life and they blasted off into space, leaving Earth behind. The journey through space was thrilling yet tense. Stars whizzed by as the ship flew faster than the speed of light. Jack kept his eyes on the controls, focused and calm. Maya checked their weapons, making sure everything was ready for battle. Leo monitored their path while Sam looked out the window, eager to see the new world. After what felt like hours, the ship approached the colorful planet. "This must be Zarnax!" Leo shouted, pointing at the screen. The vibrant colors of the landscape filled their view, but Jack noticed dark smoke rising in the distance. "Look, something is burning. We have to hurry." As they landed near the village, the sight shocked them. Homes were in ruins, and terrified villagers ran in every direction. The invaders were still there, causing chaos. Jack's heart sank at the destruction. "Okay, team. We need a plan," Jack said, quickly assessing the situation. "Maya, you take the high ground. Provide cover fire. Sam, stick with me. We'll rescue the girl and any villagers we can find. Leo, keep the ship ready for a quick escape." They jumped out of the ship, adrenaline pumping through their veins. The moment their feet touched the ground, they heard the sounds of battle, the crack of weapons and the cries of the villagers. Jack led the way, moving swiftly and quietly through the debris. Suddenly, they spotted Lyra standing near the entrance of the cave. She looked scared but determined. Jack felt a rush of hope. "There she is!" he shouted. "Let's get her!" But before they could reach her, a group of invaders blocked their path. Jack raised his weapon, his heart racing. "Get ready, everyone! We're not backing down!" The fight had begun, and the fate of Lyra and her village rested in their hands. Jack and his team charged forward, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. They had come to save a girl, but they would fight for an entire world. The battle was fierce as Commander Jack and his team moved through the chaos. The air was filled with smoke and the sounds of laser blasts. Jack could see the fear in the villagers' eyes as they scrambled for safety. He knew they had to act fast. "Cover me!" Jack shouted to Sam as he pushed forward. Sam nodded and took position, ready to shoot at any invader that came too close. Jack scanned the area, searching for Lyra. He spotted her standing bravely near the cave entrance, a determined look on her face. "Lyra!" Jack called out, waving his hand. She turned to him, her purple eyes wide with hope. But just then, an invader appeared from behind a rock, aiming a weapon at her. Without thinking, Jack raised his gun and fired. The shot hit the invader, and it fell to the ground. "Lyra, come here!" Jack shouted again. Lyra sprinted towards him, her heart racing. She could feel the fear around her, but Jack's presence gave her strength. She reached Jack and Sam, panting but ready to help. "Thank you for coming," she said, her voice shaky. "I'm so glad you're here. The invaders are strong, and they don't seem to stop. We're here to help you fight back," Jack replied. "Can you tell us where the invaders are hiding?" Lyra nodded, pointing towards a group of invaders near the burning buildings. "They are taking over the village. They are everywhere." "Okay, we need to create a distraction," Sam said, looking around for anything they could use. "Lyra, do you have any weapons?" Lyra shook her head. "I don't have anything, but I know where some old weapons are hidden in the cave." "Perfect," Jack said. "Can you show us?" "Follow me!" Lyra led the way, and Jack and Sam followed closely behind her. They hurried towards the cave, their hearts pounding with each step. As they entered the dark cave, Lyra's eyes adjusted to the dim light. Inside, they found old weapons, strange, ancient guns made of bright metal. Lyra quickly handed a weapon to Jack and one to Sam. "These are powerful! They can help us fight the invaders," she explained. Jack examined the weapon, amazed at its design. "This will work! Let's get back outside and turn the tide!" As they exited the cave, Jack spotted more invaders advancing toward them. They were shouting orders, their eyes full of anger. "Get ready!" he yelled. Lyra gripped her weapon tightly, feeling both nervous and excited. The three of them moved into position, ready for battle. With a deep breath, Jack stepped out from behind cover and opened fire. Bright beams of light shot from his weapon, striking the invaders. Sam followed suit, firing with precision, and Lyra joined in, her heart racing as she aimed at the enemy. The invaders were taken by surprise. Jack and his team fought fiercely, pushing the invaders back. "Keep going!" Jack shouted, feeling a surge of adrenaline. Lyra felt empowered fighting alongside the humans, knowing she was no longer helpless. As they pushed forward, the tide began to turn. The invaders started to retreat, their confidence shaken by the sudden counterattack. But just when it seemed like victory was near, a massive invader stepped forward. It was larger and more intimidating than the others, its eyes glowing menacingly. "Stay behind me!" Jack yelled as he aimed his weapon at the giant. But before he could fire, the giant lunged at them. Lyra's heart raced as she saw the creature charging forward, ready to attack. "Get down!" Sam shouted, and they all ducked just in time. The giant smashed into the ground, sending debris flying. Lyra's fear was replaced by determination. "We can't let it stop us. We need to fight together." "Right," Jack agreed. "Lyra, can you distract it?" Lyra nodded, gathering her courage. "I'll try." She quickly ran towards the giant, her heart pounding. "Hey! Over here!" she yelled, waving her arms. The giant turned its attention toward her, growling in frustration. While the giant focused on Lyra, Jack and Sam took aim. "Now's our chance!" Jack shouted. They fired their weapons together, striking the giant. It stumbled back, clearly hurt but still standing. Lyra's bravery ignited a fire in Jack and Sam. "Let's finish this!" Jack yelled. They charged forward, ready to give everything they had to protect Lyra and the village. The ground shook as the giant invader roared in anger. Jack, Sam, and Lyra stood their ground, hearts pounding. The battle was not over yet. Jack glanced at Lyra, who looked determined despite the fear in her eyes. "Stay close to us, Lyra. We won't let it get to you." The giant charged forward again, swinging its massive arm. Jack shouted, "Everyone dodge!" They all jumped to the side just in time, the giant's fist crashing into the ground and sending dust flying. "Now!" Sam yelled, and they sprang into action. Jack aimed his weapon and fired at the giant's legs. The shots hit hard, causing the giant to stumble. "Keep shooting! We can bring it down!" Lyra, inspired by Jack's courage, took aim at the giant too. She fired her weapon, hitting the beast in the side. "Yes, we can do this!" she cried, feeling a surge of bravery. The giant growled, enraged by the pain. It turned its attention to Lyra, who felt a chill run down her spine. "No! Lyra, get back!" Jack shouted, but Lyra stood firm. She knew she had to help. Suddenly, Sam spotted a group of smaller invaders trying to flank them. "Jack! We have more company!" he yelled, pointing toward the approaching invaders. Jack quickly turned. "We need to split up. Sam, take care of those smaller invaders. Lyra and I will focus on the giant." "Got it!" Sam replied, running towards the smaller group. Jack and Lyra stood side by side, ready for the giant's next move. With a mighty roar, the giant lunged again, swinging its massive fist. Jack and Lyra dodged to the side, and the giant's fist crashed into a nearby tree, splintering it into pieces. Jack aimed his weapon at the giant's arm and fired again, striking the beast in the shoulder. "Keep it distracted, Lyra!" Jack shouted as he loaded another round. Lyra nodded, feeling the weight of the situation. She needed to do her part. "Hey! Over here, ugly!" Lyra yelled, waving her arms. The giant turned, glaring at her. "You'll pay for this!" It growled, furious. Jack took the chance to fire at the giant's legs again. The creature stumbled, its knees buckling slightly. "It's working! Let's keep it up!" Jack encouraged. Meanwhile, Sam fought valiantly against the smaller invaders. They were quick and agile, but Sam was faster. He moved like a shadow, taking down one invader after another. "You picked the wrong village to attack," he shouted, feeling the rush of battle. Back with Jack and Lyra, the giant was regaining its balance and preparing to attack again. "We need to find its weakness," Jack yelled. "Lyra, aim for its eyes. That might blind it." With determination, Lyra took a deep breath. "Okay, I'll try." She aimed her weapon at the giant's glowing eyes, feeling the pressure of the moment. Just as the giant was about to swing its arm again, Lyra pulled the trigger. The shot rang out, hitting the giant right in the eye. It howled in pain, staggering backward. "Yes, I hit it!" Lyra cheered. "Good job, Lyra." Keep firing! Jack shouted, firing alongside her. The giant was furious now, swinging wildly, but its aim was off. It couldn't see well with one eye damaged. As the battle continued, the villagers began to take heart. They saw Jack, Sam, and Lyra fighting bravely. Inspired, they grabbed whatever weapons they could find and joined the fight. The tide was turning. Sam quickly dispatched the last of the smaller invaders and turned to help Jack and Lyra. "I'm back. Let's finish this giant!" he shouted, charging toward them. Together, the three of them attacked the giant with everything they had. Jack fired at its legs, Lyra aimed for its head, and Sam moved in to strike at its weak points. The giant roared in frustration, but it was losing strength. Finally, with one last coordinated attack, the giant fell to its knees. Jack, Lyra, and Sam stood ready, watching as the creature toppled over, defeated. The villagers erupted in cheers, their spirits lifted by the sight of victory. But the battle was not over yet. The remaining invaders were still regrouping, and Jack knew they had to stay alert. "We've won this round, but we need to drive them away for good," he said, determined to protect Lyra and her village. The battle had ended, and the village was filled with a mix of cheers and tears. The villagers celebrated their hard-fought victory over the invaders. Jack, Sam, and Lyra stood together, breathing heavily but feeling a great sense of relief. "Is it really over?" Lyra asked, her voice trembling with emotion. She looked around at the villagers who were starting to gather near them, their faces a mix of joy and exhaustion. "For now, yes," Jack replied, giving her a reassuring smile. "But we need to stay alert. There could be more invaders out there." Lyra nodded, grateful for Jack's support. "Thank you for coming to help us," she said, her eyes shining with gratitude. "I don't know what we would have done without you." "You fought bravely, Lyra," Sam added. "You helped us win this battle. You're one of us now." The villagers gathered around, celebrating their victory. They hugged one another, feeling safe again. They had feared for their lives, but now they had a chance to rebuild and start anew. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the village, the villagers started to clean up the damage. They worked together, clearing debris and helping those who were hurt. Jack and Sam joined in, feeling a sense of belonging among the villagers. Lyra helped as well, directing the villagers to where they needed to go. "Let's repair the damaged homes first," she suggested. "And then we can celebrate together." Jack admired Lyra's leadership. "You're a natural leader, Lyra. The villagers trust you," he said. Lyra blushed at the compliment. "I just want to help my people. They mean everything to me," she replied. As the night fell, a bonfire was lit in the village square. The flames flickered and danced, casting a warm light on everyone's faces. The villagers gathered around the fire, sharing stories of bravery and laughter. Jack, Sam, and Lyra sat together, enjoying the atmosphere. Lyra told them stories about her village, about the traditions and the people. "We celebrate every year to honor our ancestors. It reminds us of our strength," she explained. "That sounds amazing," Sam said, his eyes bright with excitement. "Maybe we can help with the next celebration." Lyra smiled brightly. "Yes, I would love to show you our ways. We could learn so much from each other." As the night went on, Lyra felt a sense of hope growing inside her. She had once been scared and alone, but now she was surrounded by friends and allies. Jack and Sam had become more than just saviors. They were now part of her family. Suddenly, the village elder stood up, raising his hands to gather everyone's attention. "Let us honor those who fought bravely today," he said. "And let us also celebrate the new friends we have found among us." The crowd cheered, their spirits lifted. "To the humans!" they shouted, their voices echoing into the night. "To the humans!" Jack and Sam joined in, feeling a sense of pride. They had come to this alien world as strangers, but now they were part of something bigger. As the night went on, they shared food and laughter, telling stories about their lives on Earth. The villagers listened intently, amazed by tales of human adventures. They laughed at the silly things humans did, and their eyes widened at stories of bravery. After a while, Lyra turned to Jack. "What will happen now? Will you go back to your home?" Jack thought for a moment. "I want to help protect this village. We have a strong bond now, and I can't just leave you all like this." Sam nodded in agreement. "Yeah, we can help train the villagers to defend themselves. We can build a strong community together." Lyra's heart swelled with happiness. "That would be amazing. Together we can make our village safe and strong." As the stars twinkled above, a new beginning dawned for the village. With Jack, Sam, and Lyra working together, they would build a brighter future. The bond between humans and aliens would grow stronger, united against any threats that may come. And so, in the heart of the village, surrounded by friends and laughter, Lyra knew they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together.